After playing this horribly addictive game for over 7 years, I finally discovered what the best farm in all of Skyblock actually is. For the past 7 years, there have been so many arguments on the forums and even in-game about which farm is better, pumpkin or melon, and also is water needed for a farm. Now, of course, we're talking about this on a monster channel. We bring the hardcore straight facts, and we also bring numbers to prove up all of our arguments. So today, I'm going to be comparing the pumpkin farm with and without water and the melon farm with and without water as well. Now, honestly, I'm really curious to hear what you guys actually think. Is a pumpkin farm better or is a melon farm better? And also, do you need water for these farms? Of course, while you're down there, make sure you hit that like button because you know we always upload the highest of quality Skyblock videos. And also, if you love Skyblock content and learning stuff new about the game, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button as well. Alright, so it's finally time to get into the actual numbers and the farms. When I first began playing Skyblock, I made a pumpkin farm on the very bottom of my island. Now, this pumpkin farm was designed with 4 rows of dirt and then a space so that you could put water, and then 4 rows of dirt and then another space so that you could put water, and that was the pattern that I continued for the entire thing. Now, just a couple of days ago, I figured I wanted to try something different, and I actually made a melon farm on my other profile. Now, this farm was very similar in the actual build, but I did not add in any water at all. So basically, it was 4 rows of dirt and then another 4 rows of dirt, and then it just kept continuing. Now, if you're wondering how long these farms actually take to make, I would say that you should dedicate at least 6 hours of your time to actually making this, but at least at the end of the video, you'll know which farm is actually the best to make. Should you add water or should you not? Let's first start off with the water aspect. Does water make a difference when it comes to these farms? The only difference that I actually could visibly see with water or without water was the watered crops actually grow back much quicker, while the unwatered crops grow back a lot slower. Now, it's really hard to give an exact number of when watered crops will completely regrow because crop growth is kind of completely random. You could literally break a pumpkin and then it would grow back instantly. Other times they just won't grow back for a while. If you want an estimated number, I would say that watered crops take about 20 to 30 minutes to grow back, while unwatered crops take about 40 to 50 minutes to grow back. When deciding if you want to implement water into your farm, you also have to think about all of the crop space that you're going to be losing as well. In one of my viewers' pumpkin farms, they actually put in 17 rows of water, which all 17 of those rows could have been turned into crops and making them more money per harvest. Of course, though, with the water, they should be able to harvest those crops more often if they feel like they want to. So you basically have to ask yourself, do you want to harvest this farm multiple times per hour and make less money, or do you want to harvest this one time per hour and make more money? In my opinion, I would definitely stick without using water. The reason for that is because, one, it's easier to build, it definitely takes less time, and on top of that, once you hit end game, honestly, farming zealots will make you more money even without getting a summoning eye per hour than a pumpkin or melon farm even would. Alright, so now that we have the water aspect of the farms cleared up, it's time to get on to the very cool and interesting part that a lot of you guys are probably here for. Are pumpkins better or are melons better? So all the numbers that we're going to be talking about right now are all completely based off of the most efficient possible farm you can build in Skyblock. Let's just break this farm down real quick for you and just put it into direct numbers so it's easier to understand exactly where all this information is coming from. Each straight line of melons is going to be called a row, and each of these rows have 160 melons in them. Now, it's pretty clear to see that there's 2 rows directly next to each other, and we're going to label these as sections, and that means that there's 320 blocks per section because 160 times 2 is 320. So within the entire farm, there's 40 sections, which means that there is 12,800 blocks to be harvested. Now, the farm I built consists completely of melons, but using these numbers, we can also determine how efficient this would be and how much money this would actually make if it was a pumpkin farm as well. Now, when you're farming a melon farm, you're going to be using a silk touch axe, and then you're going to be receiving melon blocks. Now, melon blocks sell for 9 coins at the vendor. So let's determine how much money we'll receive from harvesting this entire farm. There's 12,800 melons in the entire farm, and they go for $9 per. So 9 times 12,800 equals 115,200 coins. 115,200 coins is a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Another factor you should add into this so that we can kind of understand how much money we can really generate per hour is how long this farm actually takes to harvest. Harvesting all these melons took me about 20 to 25 minutes, and that's without any speed buffs at all, not using the rogue sword, not using farmer boots, or any of the items which give me any movement speed buffs. Now on my other profile, I also harvested my pumpkin farm, which also had water, meaning it was a little bit smaller than the melon farm, but the entire time I had 400 movement speed because of the full Y set plus rogue sword. With the 400% movement speed, it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to harvest, which was a lot quicker. It's even half the time. With all that information being said, let's discuss pumpkins. Remember, in this entire farm, there's 12,800 blocks which can be harvested, and for this example, we're going to call them pumpkins. Now, each pumpkin is sold to the vendor for 4 coins. 4 coins times 12,800 pumpkins is 51,200. Now remember, with melons, you'll earn 115,200 coins, but with pumpkins, you'll earn 51,200 coins. So now it's time to throw a huge curveball into the entire equation, and that is the farming levels. If you didn't know, every single time your farming level increases, you actually gain a chance at getting double drops or possibly triple drops. Now, to make the math much simpler, at level 25 farming, you actually have a 100% chance guaranteed to receive double crop drops. When you hit level 50 farming, you have a 100% chance guarantee to receive triple crop drops. Now the next curveball that we gotta throw in here is that this does not actually affect melon blocks, but it does affect pumpkin blocks. So, when you hit level 25 farming, every single time you break a pumpkin, you'll actually get 2 pumpkins. But even if you hit level 25 farming and you break a melon block, you will only get 1 melon block. A quick little note that hopefully you guys can help me get Hypixel to change is that you don't receive any farming XP if you're using a Silk Touch axe and destroying melon blocks. This means that you can be farming for hours making a lot of money, but your farming XP does not increase at all, which in my opinion is sort of unfair and it doesn't really make much sense. Anyways, it's time to talk about farming XP and how it affects pumpkins. So, level 25 farming. Remember how I mentioned once you hit this level, you're guaranteed 100% double drops? Well, level 25 farming requires a little over 3 million XP. Keep in mind, every single pumpkin you break rewards you 4 XP. Now, you might be thinking, well, what if I break a pumpkin and I get 2 pumpkins because of the double drop chance? That does not reward you with 8 XP, it still only rewards you with 4 XP, so every single pumpkin you break, you only get 4 XP. So, to hit level 25 farming, you would need to harvest 755,606 pumpkins. Now remember, if you duplicate my farm, you'll have 12,800 pumpkins that you could possibly farm. Doing the math, that's about 59 total farm harvests. Let's just say that each farm harvest takes you 20 minutes. You will have to farm 19.6 hours to reach level 25 in farming. Now, like I've said plenty of times so far, once you reach level 25 farming, you're guaranteed double pumpkin drops. So, when you harvest the entire pumpkin farm, you'll receive 102,400 coins, which is still 12,800 coins less than the melon farm at level 1 farming. Now, I believe I did mention earlier that if you hit level 50 farming, you can actually receive triple drops 100% of the time. So now let's determine how long level 50 farming will take to get from farming just pumpkins. So altogether, level 50 farming requires 55 million XP. Once again, pumpkins only give you 4 XP per. That would mean that you have to farm 1.3 million pumpkins, and total farm harvest is 1,074. Once again, let's just say that harvesting this entire farm only takes you 20 minutes. To reach level 50 farming, that means that you would be farming for 358 hours or 14.9 days. Now, after farming for literally 14.9 days, you will receive 153,600 coins from farming pumpkins. If you get to level 50 farming and you want to make the most possible money that you can from farming, then 100% the best way to go is pumpkins, because you'll be making 38,000 more coins per harvest than melons. The only thing is, you have to be unbelievably dedicated to spend 358 hours farming just to reach the level where you can finally make more money than melons. So once you reach that level, you will still continue to have to farm, but at least after that level, you'll get about 40,000 coins more than you would with melons. In my opinion, after farming for literally 358 hours, I would be so bored of farming that I just wouldn't even want to do it anymore, even though I make more money now. So let's recap this real quick. Melons at level 1, you make 115,000 per harvest. Pumpkins at level 1 farming generates 51,000 coins. Pumpkins at level 25 farming generate 102,000 coins. Pumpkins at level 50 farming generate 153,000 coins. So, in conclusion, pumpkins are only ever better than melons when you reach level 50 farming. Some people have said that when you're at level 25 farming, they're better, but no, you are completely wrong. They only are ever better when you are level 50 farming. Anyways, we're 9 minutes into this video, and it almost looks like I stretched it out perfectly to be 10 minutes, although I just tried to explain it as best as I possibly could. If you guys did enjoy this video and this video did help you guys out, or you learned something new, please make sure you guys smash that like button. If you watch this far into the video, you definitely know that my content is pretty high quality, and you definitely want to hit that subscribe button. And finally, let me know that you guys have been here for this long, and leave me a comment down below saying #MelonGang, so I know that you guys are really dedicated viewers and watch all the way to the end. Anyways, hopefully you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.